How can you exploit weak squares in chess through maneuvering? Imagine a battlefield where certain spots are left unguarded, waiting for a clever soldier to take control. In chess, these spots are called weak squares, and they can become your secret weapon. A weak square is a square that your opponent cannot defend or control with their pawns, making it a perfect outpost for your pieces, especially knights. When you spot these weak spots, you can use your pieces to occupy and hold them, gaining a big strategic edge. First, look at the pawn structure. Weak squares often appear after pawn moves that leave behind holes. For example, if your opponent pushes a pawn forward or exchanges pawns, the square behind that pawn might no longer be protected. These are usually found around the 3rd and 4th ranks for white or the 5th and 6th ranks for black. Once you identify these holes, the next step is to use your pieces to fill them. Knights are perfect for this because they can hop over other pieces and control many squares from a single outpost. Placing a knight on a weak square makes it hard for your opponent to challenge it without losing material. Now, maneuvering is all about getting your pieces into position. Knights, rooks, or bishops can take circuitous routes to reach these outposts. Sometimes you need to reposition your pieces over several moves, gradually rerouting your knight or rook to the weak square. Think of it as a strategic game of chess traffic, moving pieces step by step until they settle on their new outpost. Once your piece is there, it's important to neutralize any of your opponent's pieces that might try to challenge it. You can do this by exchanging or forcing them away, which keeps your control solid. Holding a piece on a weak square allows you to threaten your opponent's pawns or pieces, forcing them to defend passively. This can open up attacking chances or create weaknesses elsewhere in their position. Sometimes you can even provoke your opponent into creating new weak squares by pushing their pawns forward or exchanging them, which leaves holes for your pieces to occupy later. But be careful. While you're focusing on your opponent's weak squares, don't weaken your own position. Avoid leaving holes near your king or other vital areas, as these can become targets. In the middle game, controlling weak squares is a way to turn a small positional advantage into a winning plan. It takes patience, good calculation, and long-term thinking, but occupying these outposts can limit your opponent's mobility and give you a strong foothold for launching attacks or gaining material. Remember, the key is to identify the weak squares, maneuver your pieces carefully, and then use that control to press your advantage.